I encountered Christ, I encountered God, and everything had went dark. And in that darkness, I heard this gentle voice, and it was so full of love, so full of compassion, mercy, and grace, everything you could think of. It kind of started with my background, having about 15 years of child abuse done toward me. Moving on from that point, I had to kind of deal with the loss of my father, which is pretty hard. And on from that was a broken marriage. I had found somebody that, I thought was, the one kind of thing, but it turned out she was the actual, the worst one. I had a lot of abuse done toward me in that relationship for about 2.5 to 3 years, and it led me down a very dark path. So after a suicide attempt, I tried to seek out help and everything. I was very depressed. My last suicide attempt was January 25th of 2024. That night, I personally had set out what I wanted to do. It had led me literally to the end of a rope. I encountered Christ, I encountered God, and everything had went dark. There was nothing. And in that darkness, I heard this gentle voice, and it was so full of love, so full of compassion, mercy, and grace, everything you could think of. And he told me, I am with you. And coming out of that darkness, the rope was undone. That first gasp of air that I took, it was almost like he breathed new life into me. And from that point on, in that moment, I wept and I repented, and I was like, God, I'm sorry, because I know who that was. And since then, I found a church. That's where I met Christian. He's kind of mentored me and been there for me. I don't think I'd tell him enough how much of an impact he's made on my life. When I found this church, I found my message, and I went up to the staff and I said, I want to get baptized. Being plugged in at FOTP has been, it's been great. I have huge strides in my faith. Every Sunday, I stay for all 3 services. I attend the first one, and then the other 2, I just kind of float around and help everybody out. I help out with media, I help out with the sheepdogs, I help out with the Bean team now, just because I like to. Going to the men's retreat and, getting to know all these guys that go to the church and everything, it's helped a lot. I was able to really open up and kind of break down that wall. And that's kind of what I want to do with ministry as well, and even just in life, is, people that struggle with mental health. I've been there, and I've been at my very lowest and darkest moment, and, I came out of it, and I want to help everybody else out of it as well.